Hello Capricorn, this is your forecast for November 2017, and listen, we got great news here now that Jupiter has moved into the sign of Scorpio. And what is that going to gift you with? Well, Jupiter is in the 11th house for hopes and dreams, and as you know, Jupiter being the largest body in our solar system, it brings abundance. Whatever it touches, it expands, right? So you're going to find yourself now for a full year or more, with the retrogrades included, now dealing with what it is, which area you want to expand these hopes and dreams for. Jupiter is also representative by people in high places that might come in, be very supportive of the things that you're desiring to do so you can get up and move forward. And of course, it's also in the area of friendships, okay, acquaintances, groups and organizations and so forth. So many of you will find yourself joining perhaps humanitarian causes. Jupiter really loves to help and support. In the sign of Scorpio, we feel a little bit more deeper into the core, where we're more passionate about certain things. So do pay attention to how your passion is going to increase a whole lot. You might also be drawing in new people to your life that it really vibrates on the same frequency as you, to be enthusiastic, optimistic, hopeful, friendly, and so forth. And I love the way it starts out though here in November, because the Sun, Mercury, and the new moon is already here. So you're starting off this Jupiterian cycle with the essence of you, which is represented by the Sun, right? So you're focused on your hopes and dreams. Mercury communicates what it is that you're hoping for, what you wish for, and so forth. So it's a great month to interact with your friends, and through them you might find new people coming in. And then we have the new moon, and you know, as always, we say the new moon is when we plant our intentions for the oncoming year in this area. And that will take place on the 18th, 26 degrees in Scorpio. So if you have any other planets at that degree, well, do know that the new moon will be infusing that planet or those planets with this energy. And having that new moon in Scorpio is just going to allow you to feel that much more passionate about what it is you're thinking about, right? And wanting to obtain. And I always do say, you know, listen to your moon and rising sign. And why do I say that though? Because this is your solar chart, represented by the Sun. But it's for you guys as a group, right? Your moon chart reading is how you express your emotions and what you can come to experience emotionally this month. Where is Jupiter going to be in your moon chart and affecting you emotionally for the next oncoming year? That's why this month it's really important to listen to it if you so choose to. And your rising sign chart will show where Jupiter is going to be leading you, where you're going to be expressing yourself out to the external world, or how they're going to be seeing your energy this year with all that Jupiter energy coming out. So that could be very important to listen to as well, just to have that said. But yes, we have the full moon also here on the 4th. This is going to be 11 degrees in Taurus, so any of your other planets at 11 degrees will be flood lit, if that is a word, by center stage of this full moon in your 5th house of creativity, self-expression, children, but also romance. So beautiful time there around the 4th, and not to mention also because of what is coming up here with the transits. Now we have a full month ahead with just glorious, beautiful aspects. We only have one day. We want to lay a little low. I'll get back to that. But in the overall, I'm so joyous as an astrologer to be able to forecast such beautiful energetic patterns that we all will come to experience. Now in October, Venus and Mars cruising in your 10th house for career, so you've been looking at it, how you're working, what you're working with, new directions perhaps. Mars visits your career area every 2 years. So this is where you are now. You're really focused on it here in November as well. Venus will linger the first week of November in this area. So both of them will be working at how you can express yourself the best, how you can obtain the best results, This will be a time where perhaps you might have a review or get some positive feedback one way or another, Capricorn. And plus you're putting all your love and your passion. Venus is love, Mars is passion. So you're going to be passionate about what it is you are putting down, especially up to the 7th. But then Venus, see, will be moving into the sign of Scorpio, which will be there with Jupiter, the Sun, Mercury, and the new moon. So we have a whole party going on. So if it was good on top of the month, then after the 7th and throughout the rest of November, I mean, lo and behold, this is going to be a time for you where there's going to have to be more than one celebration as we go along. And so get your pen out, make notes. Before I go on to what is taking place on the calendar side, Saturn C is wrapping up what it's been doing. It's been working behind the scenes, wrapping up a very long-term cycle there, that 29-year cycle of Saturn. So, you know, Saturn never leaves without leaving a gift on its doorstep. Hopefully it might even come to show you this month, before the month is over, what that gift may be. For some of you, it will be more so in December. So stay tuned to see what December is going to bring. But just loving the way this month is starting off with love and hope, and also something contractual, I feel, is coming into being, discussions or decisions that you're going to be making. I feel this is work related. Maybe you're going to secure something more, maybe more hours. Whatever the deal is, I see that you're in good liaisons with the supervisor or the boss. And I feel too, it could be a very romantic day. Not only is Venus represented here, but so is Neptune, which is the higher octave of Venus. And so it's lit for candlelight dinner. Perhaps it's also time for you to visualize, Capricorn. What do you want in that long term? This is the time to do so, just because of the involvement of Saturn, which is always looking out for you and the longevity of your decisions. What you decide at this point may very well align with the long-term hope and dreams that you have with Neptune. So this is wonderful. And on the 4th, you can experience some unexpected news. This is Venus and Uranus, right? So, and we always love when they are, you know, in harmonious aspects, even though they're in opposition. I feel instead of flip-flopping with the news, look at both sides and draw from both ends and find your sweet spot there in the middle and see how this is really coming together for you. It being on the 4th, it's still your career area versus that of your home area. So that being said, you might have to make a decision whether to work maybe longer hours, and you might have to sacrifice something on the one end or the other, but it's doable. Not really stressful. On the 9th, we are going to experience a sense of self-empowerment. Now, Pluto for you has been moving through your 1st house, so your personality has been very powerful, building over these last few years. And I know a lot of you Capricorns have been feeling this coming to power, right? So the Sun being in harmonious aspect and coming from the 11th house, I sense that there could be either a friend or an association, a group, or somebody reaching out to you, wanting that energy that you have, the empowerment, the influence that you have. Maybe they need your help, your support, or it could be vice versa. Maybe they're reaching out to want to be a part of what you're doing. So the 9th is a good day. The 11th even more so, because then I'm seeing you pretty much looking at Saturn. Here's your 12th still, with great unexpected news from Uranus. And when Uranus knocks on the door with positive aspects, well, then we allow ourselves to have a little, oh my God, right? So what is that, oh my God? I feel it has something to do with home or family, real estate, foundation in your life, something that now can change up. And when change is knocking on the door, if we're ready for it, that's all good. Sometimes it really comes so unexpected that we have to really turn things around in our mind. But I'm sensing it's something that you probably have been sensing for a longer period and just waiting for it. Maybe you've even been waiting a year or two, knowing that something's going to change down the road. Well, then this would be it. here it comes. Surprising when it happens, but I think you already know what it could be. Now on the 13th, we have the annual date here, Capricorn, where Venus and Jupiter meets up and do that cosmic dance and give the kiss. They're both the most two positive influences in the solar system. Love, romance, happiness, artistry, there is money. Jupiter represents big money and abundance. Whatever it touches, it just expands everything. So this is a day which, for those of you who are thinking of getting married or getting engaged, positive, beautiful time for it, because why? It's celebration, right? And even for artistic energy this month, this could be one of them, where Venus also rules the arts, expression of beauty, right? But romantically, absolutely. Money-wise, absolutely. So here you can see all the possibilities coming in. And of course, since we're now on the 13th, Venus has now moved out of your career area and into this area where you're shaping up your hopes and dreams, and in the influence of Jupiter, Sun, Mercury, and the new moon. So from the 13th, well, I feel that this is just going to be moving in and then embracing the 16th, where Venus will get yet another aspect, beautifully golden trine, one of the best aspects that we can have from Neptune. And we always need to recall Neptune being an outer planet, but it's a higher octave of Venus. So there's like this double whammy, the physical level of beauty, love, harmony, money, security, desire. But Neptune embodies the spiritual, higher dimensions. So for those of you who seek artistic expression, for example, well, this would be one of the days you're going to be channeling that vision, right? And you want to grasp it. For musicians, for example, you can hear celestial tunes. So gotta love it, gotta love it. But in the mundane world, it is a candlelight dinner as well, just like on the 3rd. If you're single, this could be a time where you can meet somebody and find that bliss, right? Think about that Venus, Jupiter on the 13th. Here we got Venus and Neptune. These days, or I'd say that whole week, really carries the possibilities for you to meet that special one. If you're single and looking, for those of you already in a relationship, well, more power to both of you. That's why I'd say listen to your partner's horoscopes this month too, to see where it's affecting him or her. On the 17th, I see a lot of communication, all right? That's Mercury and Mars. So you're expressing some dynamic affect. That Mars is always goal-oriented. So you're physically busy, active, and you might be receiving and responding to a lot of emails, texts, and so forth on this day. The only day of the month, like I said, we need to be a little aware of is the 19th. This is Mars and Pluto, boom, doing this. And that's power play, power games, people with a chip on their shoulder, with attitudes, and they may be projecting. It's like that safety valve where pressure, which has been held down, now is all released. And then they just seem to be argumentative. Or we can even feel that we're argumentative. So it's one of those days, just kind of go, you know, low, stay under the radar, even this shall pass. 21st, though, of Venus and Pluto. Pluto is the magician when beautifully aspected, not like when it was square Mars, but now in this beautiful sextile to Venus. Well, Venus is love and Pluto's passion. So now we're passionate about all the good things, about the beauty and everything that we appreciate. Our self-worth is really feeling good. Money is good because both Pluto and Venus rules money. Venus, you know, nickel and dimes and dollars. Pluto, big money. So wherever that shows up for you, it's coming from the area of friendships or acquaintances, groups and organizations and so forth. So there could be maybe a bonus or some commission that you could be hearing about as well. 25th, unexpected news here, and I feel that this is something that you're going to embrace beautifully, coming from family members, or anybody closely affiliated to you and the foundation that you're working on. And then closing the month here on the 28th, Capricorn, with Mercury and Saturn. Mercury communicates, right? Saturn negotiates in the sense that it wants things to be secure, it wants it to be proper, true, right, and so forth. And you're using now this Saturnian energy that Saturn has taught you over the last 2.5 years how to master, meaning master it intuitively. It's the 12th house where it's been operating for you. And it's preparing itself to go into the first house, which you will be having Saturn in the area of your personality for the next 2.5 years. So I guess you're going to get this sense, this feel to express that. So follow your gut, Capricorn, because this could be powerful, because Saturn always looks out for the long term. And Mercury is setting up this meeting, which only happens once a year, and it only lasts for a day. So whatever is communicated, decided upon, will have that long-term signature to it. So as you can see, we got a beautiful, exciting month, and I can't wait to deliver your news for December. So stay tuned, and I will see you soon. Thank you for listening. Bye now.